Good evening, racing fans. Welcome to Black Flag Racing TV, and tonight we are in for a treat to another CTC race down the way. The first one of match day 5. We're a week behind because we had to delay it a bit because of P1R, but yes, we are live. It's being told by Danny Boy. We are here at High Speed Ring Full Course Reverse for 29 laps in the Daihatsu Copen RJ VGT. The multipliers for tonight are 4 times on the fuel, 5 times on the tyre wear, and 8 litres per second. We're looking at around a 1-stop for tonight with the softs and the mediums, which are the mandatory tyres. Some might be going for 2 stops, but judging by the practice races, we are looking at a 1-stop for tonight. 1x tire time progression in the evening, SO2 rain. Joining me in the combox tonight is ZFS Bailey Clark. Can you all hear him all right? Oh, I've got you muted. Try that again.
So how's everyone doing? It's good to be here. First CTC stream I've done.
It's alright, it's a lot easier streaming for CTC than it is for driving. You just have to waffle for an hour straight.
Well, I guess that is the thing, of course. But I've raced in one of the TVTs, but I suppose it's nowhere near as serious as the CTC.
Yeah, I've done it once and I was literally sweating bullets the entire time. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's quite you're racing really fast drivers. It's nothing compared to league racing, is it?
Yeah. So I think that's all the settings done. Let's have a look at the lineups for tonight. So on the BFS side, we've got the man, the Yank, the Speed Ace 01. He's done quite a couple BFS races now. Good to see him on track again, see what he can do. ZFS Amsterdam, another fast driver for us. Usually running for ZFS, but deciding to run for the BFS block this time. JJ Hawley again. I think he's done CTC before. KWC driver out there on track, showing the team how it is done. We've got loads of people joining the track, joining the chat now. Clockworks, Gareth, Alan, Lappin, Danny Boy, everyone's here. Milt's here as well. Nice. Good to see everyone's here as well, even though we are clashing with the boring F1 race compared to this. With the BFS.
I think the GT7 could be a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I saw him going like 4 or 5 wide in a practice race earlier.
I've just went to open the YouTube app there and open Netflix instead. I don't think I'll be able to get the race live there, but
yeah, I mean, I was watching F1 quali and 24-hour Le Mans at the exact same time, fucking dual wielding them. Here we got Jaeger in here as well. Smirkin, Addy, and Lazy Dutchman rounding out the BFS round. The BFS lineup. Lazy Dutchman, might add, CTC debut tonight. I know how scary that can be, but
well, I've raced with Lazy Dutchman in the different lobbies, like lower towards the ZFS amount.
Yeah.
And he's progressed now into lobby 3. He's really shown what he can do now that he's back on the wheel. He's concentrating.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see tonight.
Yeah.
And the P1Rx lineup, got I'm gonna butcher this name so hard. Archiver GT, P1R Valkyrie, Jake, France K88, Italia 458, and Slammer. The only one that I've really heard of is France K88, because I've seen his lap guides on YouTube for like time trials and stuff. So yeah, be interested to see what he could do. But it seems to be a it's the Miracle Grow. Ah, that's who C. Allen is. So yeah, be interested to see sort of stuff kicks off tonight. It seems to be a very like you're all close, bunched up, bunk drafting, a very
Yeah,
high
it's more
speed.
like a
Yeah,
NASCAR style sort of race, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, high speed is literally in the name of the track, so should produce some really fun and exciting racing tonight.
But just
Uh,
that the Daihatsu is only 146 horsepower, so to really make the most of that, everyone's going to have to be tail to bumper. Oh, sorry, nose to
yeah.
tail.
Where has my controller gone? Because the lobby is about to open. It is on the floor.
But 600 kilo, the power to weight ratio, it does make it a lot more fun.
Yeah. Let's go over some quick facts about CTC for any newcomers in the track. So there are 12,
Including myself.
yeah, including someone in the comm booth. So good job I lobbed this on here. So we've got 12 teams in total from 10 communities. Interestingly, the two communities with two teams competing in this Euro TTC going head to head tonight, P1R and ZFS. Two groups with 16. I believe this is a group A we are watching tonight, but I can check that with the
I believe it is, yeah.
official open. So yes, 10
I've got it
match.
here on my notes, believe it or not.
You're more organised than me, mate. I've only prepared jokes for tonight.
Well, I've got the positions where they are in the league and everything.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, every team has one home and one away match against the other teams in their groups. So for your home match, it is you that decides the settings, decides all the time multipliers, what track, what car, what tires you want to use, if it's raining or not. Yeah, you have a lot of control based on what goes off. So this is the BFS home round against P1Rx. We'll face them again later on in the season to what kicks off with their settings. I mean, we've not really given them much, a very nice pair of settings tonight, so you're just to see what they cook up against us later on in the season.
Well, I've noticed that quite a few CTC races that are happening are more like sprint races just now. Very
Yeah,
easy ones.
yeah,
I
yeah.
suppose
Not
we would all like an easy one when it's especially at the community cup. Everyone wants to let their hair down if they have it.
after you say that, the next one's going to be like a full-on pure strategy-based. Like,
Every tyre, rain in the middle,
yeah,
dries out at the end. Yeah,
yeah.
I can see it happening.
It'll happen eventually. Well, that BFS, there's a Gen X one was quite roller again. That P1R versus Gen X one was quite strategy based. So
Yeah, I mean it all depends on how the competition want to play the game.
yeah. So yeah, home team, commentar and track pool for all the teams of the season. I believe we've got a little bit of time before qualifying starts to have a look at the matchup. So BFS currently P4 in Group A going against P1Rx in P1. So 6 points against 12. 2 wins versus 4 wins. 2 losses versus 0 losses. I believe P1R, out of the 4 races they've won, 3 of them have been complete whitewashers. So
Oh,
P1 through P6. So yeah, very very tough opponents are going up against. Every single one of their drivers is A+. We don't really, the driver rating doesn't really mean much, but going up against a team full of A+ drivers, it does get in your head a bit.
look, there's Kev in the chat. How we doing, Kev?
Hey up, Kev. Yeah, well,
What did you steal from Marks and Spencer's today? Or was it Waitrose? Also just had a lovely notification on my phone saying my courier's on the way with with the food.
Are you gonna dip mid race to go scran a kebab then?
No, I'm gonna eat my kebab and commentary
Commentate at
mid
the same
race.
time. Hey, I've done that during endurance races. It's well fun. I mean, it's quite hard if you're doing it solo, but I mean, with a duo,
Yeah,
it should be a bit easier.
I've the word endurance race gives me PTSD. After doing 2.5 hours at Spa and getting halfway through the race and realising that I didn't own wets or intermediates. Had to sit in the pits until it dried out. That was fun. What happens to us all?
Have cars on track. Now, I mean, bit of pre-race practice, so we might as well show them. I will get rid of this here because we're not quali just yet. But you can see the
Oh, there's
10 out of
Mr.
10.
Welsh Crazy Taff in there.
How tough are you doing, mate? Get Tom Fear. Go at the track. Interestingly, in the TTC chat, might not be true or not, but P1R apparently just realising today that we are at the reverse layout of this track. So that might have thrown them off a bit. Whether it's true or not, you may never know. A bit of psychological sandbagging may be playing a role.
Look at that, the Welsh sheep,
Sheep shagger here.
the sheep shagger there. I didn't know if I could get away with that one.
Hey, don't worry, Matt. The filter comes off on Black Flag. It's not.
Well, is that sheep shagger? Well, we've got two sheep shaggers in the chat.
Chicken chat as well, getting shown how to properly do comms.
Yeah. Mr. Shit in the chat. No one's safe at Black Flag.
No one is safe. It's only bullying if you single one person out. If you do everyone at once, then it's true equality. I don't know roughly when Wally starting. I think at 10 past. Should start the stream.
Yeah, I believe it is 10 past, yeah.
Yeah.
So we've still got 2 minutes left.
This is the hardest part of the stream, just stretching out the waffle. Like, I changed the start time of the stream about 5 times, so I didn't know how long the waffle would take. It's trying to, because if you don't give yourself enough time, you're waffling in the middle of quali, and it just completely throws everything off. If you do it like this and give yourself too much time, you just got like 2-3 minutes where you've got to keep people entertained when there's absolutely fuck all going off.
Mr. Dan going there, touching the wall a little bit.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Fun fact with Dan's number. So I wanted to take 420 as a laugh when I joined BFS. Find out Dan had it. So I then ended up getting Dan's old number, which is now 422. So the joke kind of flew over my head for like the first day or two, and then I realised, it's number 420, but as well as me, I'm 2. So it was weird, but we move. It's a good number. So who's Tom Fear? Because I don't have a Tom Fear on the list. Is that
wait.
Valkyrie?
Have a quick butchers at the lineup. Yeah, there's no Tom Fear there.
No, it's not Valkyrie. Yeah. So we should have Archiver GT, Valkyrie Jake, France, Italia, and Slammer.
Oh crap! Yes, we got the schedule that we can use to get a bit of waffling out the way. So yeah.
We've got Yasu Militides, Yasu.
Yeah, make it more interesting than F1, please. I turned that shit off after about 15 minutes. Get everything ready for this. There was like not a single overtake. It was actually winding me up. But yeah, this will be a fun race tonight. Yeah, match day 5. Most of them, yeah, it's usually Friday, Saturday,
Oh,
Sunday
Tom
that we
Fear's the
run
race
them.
director, sorry. Okay. Thank you, Gregor.
He's just on track for the shits and giggles. Then fair enough.
A
So
possibility they're missing a driver.
yeah, just look. Yeah, there's only 14 drivers on. 14 drivers in the lobby. Should be 50. And I try and work out who P1R are missing.
You're the one who does maths.
Yeah, but
Do maths.
yeah, I could do like calculus and shit in the top on my head, but basic arithmetic that's too far, mate. All right, have a look. Let's have a look at the lineup. Who are we missing? I think it's Jake we're missing. Yeah, it looks to be Jake that we're there. There is an extra spot in the lobby if you want to jump in and just be a second pair of eyes.
No, I think it might be a case of one of the drivers not making it.
Yeah, so
especially as we're at 11 minutes past 8 now.
yeah. I don't think I've seen anything said in chat, so back to
Yeah, I've never seen anything in the CTC chat either. So,
yeah,
possibility.
Jaeger saying that maybe they're Friday yet. So today is the first match of match day 5, full week behind. Whose fault that was, if it was BFS or P1R, I can't remember which, but I'm gonna blame P1R because they are the enemy. Then Friday the 20th of June we have Gen
Oh,
X.
and sorry, Kruentis. So we've got Slammer in the chat saying Tom will be racing as they're missing a driver. Cheers, Slammer.
Alright, so we do have everyone ready for it then. So just a case of continuing the waffle until qualifying starts. So Friday 20th of June we have Gen X versus TR also in Group A. And then Saturday we have another one race, TTR versus ZFS. Be a fun one to watch. I believe Shit's covering that one on comms.
That was a fun one to practice round as well.
Yeah, that's the what's it called?
Mazda Roadster.
Yeah, Mazda Roadster on Spa. Then we got
really fun.
MRL versus CLR on Sunday, followed by ART versus RA, which I will be covering on this channel as well.
My takeaways just arrived.
Takeaways just arrived right before we start. And P1R versus AHR at the exact same time, being covered by Jaeger. Show us some action. I wish there was action on track. There is nothing so far. Chilling lobby. So, Akira saying to Kieran that the settings are okay and we are happy to start quality whenever he is ready. I have, just letting everyone know, I have messed around with the settings a bit. Do tell me if anything sounds off, if I sound too quiet, if I sound too loud, if I sound robotic or anything. I will try my best to fix them, because whenever I touch the settings, something goes wrong. The overrate does look better than you. Speed A01, the number 53, getting a lot of support in track. Chat. I'm forgetting everything. This has been too much waffle. Been 15 minutes of pure waffle. Get some action on track. there we go. We've summoned Kieran to ask if P1Rx are already in the chat. Main thing we'll have to be looking out for tonight will be wall riding, especially at T1. Can gain a lot. I mean, you do lose a bit of speed during it, but wall riding best. Yes, it looks like qualifying is going to be starting very, very soon. Lazy Dutchman with his CTC debut. Interested to see how he performs tonight. Give him all the best. Seen him up there in Lobby 4 and Lobby 3 in the ZFS League. Showing good pace in the practice. He deserves a spot. Being a CTC debut can be very daunting. I know the DLR versus BFS match last match day, match day 4. Quite daunting. You've joined us right as qualifying started.
I just noticed Archiverts just had a big nasty spin there.
That was
I'm a little bit just behind you.
That was a practice, mate.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, there we go. So it will be ZFS out first. It's Lazy Dutchman leading the way. Number 415 for the BFS racing team. So I believe it is a 10-minute qualifying tonight. 1 minute 24 a lap. We're looking around 5-6 laps. So all of ZFS are out, and it looks like they are going out roughly in pairs, so they can all pick up a slipstream benefit. Bit of bump drafting as well, bring that speed up, get the pace up.
Also just had I've had a delivery of my food, and also my missus bought me a joint at the same time, so
nice.
Excellent delivery of
10 out of 10 service.
Delivery of stream snacks. Can't go wrong.
Go on board for the first lap of qualifying. Let's go on board with ZFS JJ Hawley to take a wonderful lap around the high-speed ring reverse track in Japan. You can see him with that slipstream benefits of smudging in front of him, giving him bump draft. Go through into turn 1. Little bit of a lift, keeping it in sync, away from that wall. It will slow you down a lot, break the train. Is it planted? Very, very low horsepower. Did you say like 124 or something in this car? Comes off momentarily there to avoid going into smudging. Coming off a little bit too much though, losing quite a bit of speed as we go through the twisty turny section of sector 2. Come towards the first of many banked corners. Yeah, keeping on the green for as long as possible to carry the speed. Little bit of a tap of the wall from JJ Hawley there, nothing major though. Go on to the long sweeping final corner of this track, keeping it full Daytona style, as close to the lines as possible. We've got a train of bump drafts there from Speed Ace and Smurgeon in front and behind. Bump, 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 bump. Go across the line. What is the time going to be for them? There's 4 of them crossing the line at once. Yeah, JJ Hawley with that little mistake going into the one of about 3 corners at this track, losing out. So Speed A is provisionally fastest of the BFS lads. But let's see what P1R have to retaliate after that. So what is it for Valkyrie? 23-4 Top Fear. Fastest so far with a 23-3. So 1 through 4 P1R after the first lap of qualifying. Speed Ace down in P5. After that, Italia splitting a couple ZFS drivers, splitting Amsterdam and Borley. Then Addy, Lazy Dutchman, France just trailing behind 11 milliseconds away from Lazy Dutchman.
I mean, look how close they're getting together. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, bumper to bumper. Gonna be like this the entire race. It's very much how can you maintain that bump draft, because there is Amsterdam bringing himself, splitting that P1Rx pack. What was P4 ZFS Amsterdam? The only improvement so far, though. Look at how.
I'm around maybe 5-6 seconds behind the stream.
Yeah, that sounds about right. For I've set it.
Yeah.
I've set it to ultra low latencies. That is Slammer going fastest overall. The 23-2 in the middle of that pack between Italia and Arkivert. Yeah. Rule 1 of commentary, you've got to butcher absolutely everyone's name as possible. Sama bin Taflin in chat. So currently, in terms of the BFS drivers, it is ZFS Amsterdam leading the way, the number 420. The only man who's seen more cock in his lifetime than Bonnie Blue. Man,
it's been rogered more times than the police's radio.
If it doesn't get age restrictors, you've not done it right.
I suppose in Dan's point of view, 20 quid is 20 quid. He's a man like me.
He's a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
That was Arkivert setting a new personal best up to P3 for the P1R driver. Look at this sandwich here, all of them bumper to bumper. But in qualifiers, we've got Axe forming, so it's P1R 1 through 5, and then BFS 6 through 11 with France K88 lining out the pack. I mean, I don't see how we don't have the like timer for how long qualifying's left. You usually have that. That setting I've messed up. No, they all look right. I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, down the bottom we're about. Well, on my screen just now we're 7 minutes 5 seconds in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it looks like you're like 10 seconds behind then. So.
Oh, mate, I'm gonna go AFK just now. We're now come a kebab and have some.
Fair enough, mate.
About 3 minutes left according to Gareth. Well, that makes sense, yeah, if it's 10 minutes.
Hey up, Cody. How many points have I had today? Only 7. So, rookie numbers for my standards. But I mean, what is the point of commentary if you're doing it sober?
I just got an absolute bonus in this grill box. It came with cheesy chips. I never even added cheese on it.
You lucky bastard.
What a bonus. Stoned cheese on my chips. Kebab. What else could you want?
One of us drunk, one of us stoned. This is perfect way to do commentary.
And they even put salt on the chips.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Around 90 seconds until the checkered flag falls for the end of qualifying. Still looks to be no improvements through the fields. I say that France K88 bringing himself up to 7th position. Not quite a P1R whitewash as Amsterdam in P6 blocking France K88 from the rest of his teammates. This train of BFS drivers starting to form. As I say that, France K88 improves. It is looking like a P1R whitewash. 1 through 6 for P1R at the moment. BFS 7 through 12. Still working on your chemistry, your 5% attendance hits. 5% for your attendance. That is, that's an overestimate, mate. We all know it's around 2. And for chemistry, it's in the negatives, mate.
Just noticed Dan has just says, when is Bailey not stoned? When I'm sleeping. That's the answer to his question. When I'm sleeping.
There is the checkered flag falling. There is the BFS guys crossing the line. Doesn't seem to be any improvement across the field for them, so not quite the qualifying they would have hoped for, but it's still incredibly close. I mean, Dan is only 4/10 off of the lead. All of them separated by less than a tenth through the field. That is of ZFS drivers through the track. So it's Slammer who takes pole position, and we've lost out. 9/10 separating the field, so whereas results, there it is. So it's Slammer who takes pole position with a 1:23.0. Archiver with the exact same time, 1-2, separated by 0 milliseconds between the two P1R boys. France K88 rounding out 3rd position, followed by P1R Valkyrie in 4th, Tom Fear 66 in 5th, and Italia 458 rounding out the P1R drivers. And then for the ZFS lads, it is Amsterdam in 7th with a 1:23.575. Speed Ace 01 in 8th. JJ Hawley in 9th. Schmergen 16 in 10th. Addy the Daddy in 11th. And Lazy Dutchman in 12th. So yeah, less than 9/10 separating the field. Everyone is mega close together.
Never have I ever seen a joint pole like that.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
2 purple times in qualifying. Yeah, I've seen 2 drivers set the same time before. I mean, I've seen it in CTC, but that never pole position. That 2 purple times. That is
I've
good.
seen that before plenty of times. Yeah, just never 2 poles.
Yeah. So Slammer's setting that time first, must have been ahead of Akivert on that final run.
Well, I think Slammer's
Taking pole
lap was the 3rd lap he done.
Yeah, it was. Akivert jumped in at the last second.
Yeah.
Waiting for.
I shall join you for the race start, and then I'm gonna scram the rest of this.
Fair enough, mate.
It's not a lot. It's just I'll finish in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially if you're stoned.
Oh mate, I'm surprised you're still here. Quite a bit of that. We were riding in quality, could be next road nonsense.
Apparently,
yeah, a little bit of wall riding's been noted.
yes, they're asking
I mean, they
that.
can go and look back on the streams. They've got two different point of views for the stream, so
Yeah, but I think it's probably like on it's called like your screen share or something. Save the last like 15 minutes of
oh, the gameplay,
qualifying.
yeah.
Yeah, that might be the best way to do it.
Hmm.
See you, Cody.
But Dora,
Come on, can we get this race started?
you wouldn't get this in ZFS.
Yeah. Like quality finishes, you've barely got time to have a butchers at ooze. Where
There's chicken wing dipped in kebab sauce.
yeah, if they
Big call.
carry on at this rate, you'll finish your back before we even start the race.
Hmm. I know. I'll join you for when the race starts, if it starts anytime soon.
Yeah. Have a good race. Done. Naughty time that. Stewards are working overtime indeed. Especially because it's quality and you can't I
Oh,
speak
this is quite interesting, isn't it?
practicing in the wrong
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, well, high speed ring, especially that what is the first corner at the first lap, and that banked corner with the green on the line. You gain quite a bit with bit of war riding, so perhaps we are bringing out the tactics tonight.
Oh, I made a cup of tea about 5 minutes ago and got carried away, sat down, smoked my joint, and Missy was away to make another cup, and she realised that I still had a full cup in there. So I'm now drinking cold tea because I don't like wasting tea.
Oh, tea is still tea, which is still lang, so I can't blame you, mate.
What kind of tea do you drink? What kind of you a tea man?
It, uh, um, turn into practice and save the corners. You can
Oh,
save the replay if
return into practice.
return practice save the corner replay. Kieran doing
Mm-hmm.
exactly that. It must be saved by contract to
To make it work.
work, but I've done it anyway out of sheer habit. I see the replay button, I click it and save it. There we are, all going on to track for 29 laps, around 45 minutes of high speed ring reverse, hopefully with no wall riding this time. Have to have someone read out the grid order appearance so you can get everything sorted fine race. So that means even more waffling. I've used up my waffle budget about 15 minutes ago.
I'm reserving some waffle talk just now.
Yeah.
Just distracting myself with food.
Yeah. They're talking about your kebab.
But the thing is, when the race starts, and I think it's starting, you've already started the race.
Stop watching Star Chance.
Taff, go and tuck a sheep into your welly boots and have a fun Sunday night.
Yeah, Danny, you can't hear the cars because we're not on track yet, mate.
Needs to turn the steering wheel up.
Yeah, there's 20 watching now.
Gareth, don't talk about blue waffles before you get banned. That's about the same size as mine.
We're not ready. BFS should be ready as well. Are we finally going to go racing? I'm fine once there's cars on the track. It's just the waffle between them.
I got a lot of kebab meat.
Hey, can you dash some my way? I think if you throw it hard, enough, it should land in.
I'll send it via carrier pigeon, right?
Yeah, mate.
Taff said he's already done. That's why he's watching this now. He must be 2 pumps of the gun and done. But it must have been a bad ride.
Yes, we're starting. Let's go. Get this race
finally.
starting.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone. Correct.
Here will come the lights eventually. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out and away we go to kick off match day 5 for CTC. P1R versus ZFF, P1Rx versus BFS. I somehow managed to get both teams wrong there as we barrel down towards the first corner as the train starts to form. Doesn't seem to be any changes throughout the field. Bit of a gap pulling as there is Amsterdam going down on an aggressive first shallow line through turn 1. Bit of a bump through from behind in the form of Speed Ace. It's caught right onto the back of this P1R train. Has a look up the inside to try and get past Italia. Has he made that work? Looks like he has. ZFS Amsterdam up into 6th position.
That was an amazing move to watch.
Yeah.
Just as you was calling out, I was waiting for it.
Yeah, it just looks like it was only momentarily though as Italia back up into P6 in that dogfight. Everything is kicking off here.
Get the race overlay on your play, Gordon Jagger.
Oh yeah, I'm still on quali. Good spot, good spot, mate. Cheers, mate. There we go. No, I'd messed up something.
The wall, apparently.
Stand on now, just clipping the wall momentarily. Addy the Daddy up into P6. Italia down into P8. Not quite the start of the race that he would have wanted. I think I set to replay thingamajig. Yes, I did. That was Amsterdam's move down the inside of Italia 97.
We'll get
Look,
no game sound
side by side through here. No car sound. Oh, great. Oh, bloody hell. And I knew setting something up would mess it up. That works. Low game sound. If I just bump that up a bit. Has that worked? Hopefully that's worked. I knew I was so focused on my mic settings and making them sound a bit better and actually getting the stream in 1080p that we've lost the engine sound. Yes, that works. Let's go. Hell yeah. I know how to work Streamlabs. So fastest lap of the race currently, Addy Daddy. As I blinked, as Akivert tumbles down the field, down to P9 from P2. Talia as well getting past from the BFS lads. As I'm checking, as I've got everything wrong in Streamlabs, as is per usual now. Still P1R Slammer that leads, followed by Valkyrie, France, and Tom Fear, as there is Addy Daddy looking up the inside of Tom Fear up into P4. What a move from Addy that was there. Let's have a look at that in the instant replay. Goes into the slipstream, takes more speed, a little bit of a bump, sees the gap, slips down the inside, manages to make it stick there side by side momentarily, manages to get past Tom Fear. That is a wonderful overtake by Addy Daddy, who's got past France in the time that we were watching that. Let's see if we, we've just about missed that.
Oh.
Unbelievable driving from Addy Daddy up to P3, storming through the P1R field, but that is France K88 back on the retaliation, down the inside into T1, gets back into the podium positions, but it's a switch back again. I can't breathe. Almost there, Addy Daddy back into P4.
Your nose out through your mouth.
Fucking hell. I knew this would be a fun race. The commentators there is Addy Daddy going back into the inside of France. He's got in the inside of Valkyrie up into P2.
Bending the needle there.
What a move from Addy Daddy. Gonna lose it momentarily to P1R Valkyrie. It is, if France gives him a bump draft, he might go back down into P4 as we go into the Banky Boy. The inside line not quite as fast as the outside, but he's managed to get back into P3 for Addy. What an unbelievable start of the race this has been. 2 for 1. Happy Father's Day, Daddy, indeed. I think I set a replay marker somewhere. Oh, this was that needle thread. Look at this. Gets one. Sees a gap momentarily. Goes down the inside. Gets another. Almost into P1 there. That is Valkyrie on the outside with a better run. Goes back into P3. Bit of a bump draft from the other bloke, but then slips back down the inside and back up into P3. Bloody hell. Oh, that is not the button I wanted. It is this button I wanted. Look at that, 4 wide. We go through the corner there. And he back up into P2 momentarily. JJ Hawley fighting his way through the field as well, up to P4 for the KWC driver. Russell won a Bontra. Ah, nice. Nothing happened in F1, whereas we've got drivers 4 or 5 wide in this. Seems to be a big gap.
Fuck F1. We don't like F1 just now. This is more interesting.
This is far more interesting. Big gap between Lazy Dutchman and Schmergen. Whether in all the chaos we were looking at, we missed a bit of a incident happen between these two, we may never know. But all the action is happening up front. P1 through P10 separated by less than a second. Oh, 7 tenths momentarily between Speed Ace and Addy, who gets into P1. It is a BFS 1-2. Addy the Daddy versus JJ Hawley. Up there, oh my word. I wish I had went out. We've bloody missed it. Of course, I miss all the interesting shit. So Slam Out and Valkyrie down to P1 and P2. So it's up to Addy and JJ to try and pull away from this field. Oh my word, even there, like the gap isn't much between the entire field. What a race we have on our hands here. Let's go on board with Slammer for a lap. Just see the absolute chaos that is occurring tonight. I think I've got time to like catch my breath and stuff. I mean, if I've not got my dad yelling at me saying I'm too loud, or if I'm not losing my breath, I'm not doing a good job on comms. There is JJ and Addy just starting to pull away a bit. 3/10 that gap momentarily, but Slammer with a lot more speed through the first corner there.
Run through the patch.
Yeah, well, while it
seems
seems to calm down a bit, let's go back onto the TV camera. Currently, Addy leads with around halfway on that front left. JJ with a bit less in seconds, and then the P1R boys much less tyre wear than the leading two BFS boys, so that will be playing a role as we come towards the pit stop window. We'll go on to Addy and JJ Corley on the softs, which explains the more tyre wear, whereas it seems the entirety of P1R are on the mediums, or at least this leading pack of 5. So yeah, it looks like P1R starting on the mediums and ZFS starting on the softs. Got a split strategy. Both tyres, softs and mediums, are mandatory for tonight. So the split strategies should be playing a role here. P1R all on mediums, yes. DFS on softs. This is why we don't have the giant overlay that covers all of this, so we can actually see what's going on. So that could explain how Addy and JJ have managed to pull their way across the field, but soft tyres on a heavier track, on a heavier load car with more fuel, saving definitely not playing a role tonight with that 8 times refuel. That essentially means if you go into the pits with 8% less, 8% more fuel than the person you are battling, you will gain a second in the pits, provided you refuel to the same rate. But with a heavier car, it's going to be putting more stress on them tyres, which will degrade them further. So perhaps that's what people are thinking: save the soft till last, when they are lighter and can better utilise that grip, get a bit more life out of them. As they've all, nope, so still that in 5, Slammer, Valkyrie, Akivert, Italia and Tom Fear. Then, then Speed Ace and Dan, 8th and 9th. Then France in 10th, looking out your all boys. Still, even after this has calmed down a bit, top 10 only separated by 2.4 seconds, but it's 15 seconds between Lazy Dutchman and Schmergen. So perhaps them picking up damage early on in all that chaos. I know the damage is set to light in all the CTC matches. Bit scraping of the wall for them two BFS boys. Let's keep a look at this leading group. as the softs start to die out, and here comes the train of P1R boys. How is Addy and Hawley going to react to this, as they've got 4 of them bumper to bumper past them, and in the span of 1 corner, the BFS leading boys of JJ and Addy have gone from 1st and 2nd to 5th and 6th. 4 cars flying past them.
Put them off the line.
Yeah, cut them off the line for Addy.
But it did not make a difference. PIR still flew by like a tune.
Yeah, that goes softs starting to die off. Mediums with that longer life. Shot starting to show their life there, as we can see the 4 P1R boys again. As there is Addy keeping that racing line, trying to push them offline, but look at his softs there. They are deader than Margaret Thatcher. Managed to get back up to, but no, that's Tom Fear. Getting past JJ and Speed Ace. Something happened to Dan. Doesn't seem to happen, but here comes the BFS boys getting rid of them softs. That Racing Viking, good to see you in chat.
Do I know Margaret Thatcher's favourite band?
But
The Strokes.
Big Thatchers, there goes that can of Thatchers. Here comes another can of Thatchers.
Did you know that Lady Diana had handcuffs? Because they found her head and shoulders in the pub box. Did you know that?
After the first round of pit stops, P1R 1 through 6, Dutchman's, Lazy Dutchman and Schmergen, after them incidents that we missed, staying out a extra lap. But JJ and Addy out on mediums. In fact, JJ's taken on a little bit less full than Addy there. Softs are all in good position if we come out together. So that's why we took them on first, spread out a bit. See, it seems to be in pairs at the moment. We've got JJ and Addy, Speed Ace and Amsterdam. Here comes Schmergen and Lazy Dutchman coming into the pits to get rid of them softs. So, 10-11 laps seems to be how long the softs lasted for BFS. Interesting to see when P1R come into the pits, get rid of their mediums and guards for softs. On that alternate strategy, which one is going to win overall? These BFS essentially going for one massive undercut.
Well, I think that P1R was fuel saving, because look at the fuel compared to what BFS was about 2 laps ago. BFS was down half the tank going in, just under.
Making them mediums last a little bit longer with the fuel save. Absolute minutes on the soft stint. But I mean, 8 times fuel wear, 8 times fuel saving isn't really going to play a massive role. Like, you're going to need a full 8% more than the person fighting to gain a second in pit stops.
But the thing is, like, someone says that they're all going to come out, like you says, they're coming out in pairs.
Yeah.
You pit and you don't have anyone to get a slip off, and you're going to lose seconds.
Yeah.
No matter what tyre you're on, you're going to lose time.
P1R still in that train, 1.7 seconds separating the entire top 6 of them. It seems to be top 4, yeah, less than 5 tenths separating the top 4 here. All slipped past Addy and JJ once them softs started to die out in that wonderful move into turn 1.
I know, it's like having one of those ling-longs on the front left.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
But an excellent move from P1R against Addy. JJ there.
Yeah, Petro with Steven Chat.
To respect the hustle.
Yeah. Sykes in comment on that as well. We've got all 6 of P1R whereas LFS, BFS are in pairs. Got JJ and Addy each other.
34 people watching.
34 people, bloody hell.
Yep.
I think that's my best numbers yet.
The luck of the Scottish. Eating kebab.
They're just scrunning at kebabs. We've got like 34 people watching this. I have my Streamlabs cover the view count whenever I do streams, but I seem to not obsess over it or something.
Evening, River.
Let's keep our eyes on this top 4. P1R boys how much separating, less than 3 tenths separating 4 drivers. It's not gonna really start fighting each other, especially as teammates. But with how close they are, the bump drafting strategy is looking at what gears they're using. That could right, how it's doing. Interestingly, fastest lap so far is from Speed Ace, or like lap 5 or something that I completely missed until now. 22 from the American. Pit stop coming soon for P1R, definitely looking at their mediums. Approaching half degradation now. The mediums seem to die off around 50, 75 around. The full tank runs for BFS, the softs last around 10 laps. With less, I reckon they could get 11, 12, so we might see pit stops around the range of laps 17, 18 for the P1R boys. Yeah, coming very soon. But all the P1R in chat now. I mean, that is one of the benefits of moving the race date back a couple of days. Everyone is free. Everyone is here to watch the race. Might be why the viewer count is about 20 higher than I was expecting. Still got Addy and DJ together. How far back is the nearest BFS? JJ is 23 from the lead, but only 18.5, 18.6 around that seconds from France K88. So we could see after the pit stops, that gap does seem to be coming down was around 24, I think, at spot of the stops for BFS. But the BFS boys would have taken on more fuel, which will bring down the effectiveness of that undercut a little bit. But I mean, warm mediums versus fresh mediums, they are going to be bringing down that gap slowly and shortly. There goes Bailey Clark. I think I'm on my own. They'll come back together after the pits. They should. Yep, 17.1 seconds. That gap now between Franz K and JJ Hawley. Looking at Franz K's tyres, him and Tom Fear in a bit of a pack, getting dropped by the leading four in the form of Akiverts, Italia, Slammer, and Valkyrie leading the way. Stream lagging a bit for anyone else. Great, I've messed up something else. It will be the fact that I'm trying to stream in 1080p. I mean, you either get a 720p stream or a laggy 1080p stream. I don't know why I am so terrible at streaming. Considering how much I enjoyed doing comms, the complete and utter illiteracy I have with Streamlabs genuinely baffles me sometimes. Does the mic sound alright at least? Everyone was checking their internet. Should I be the one checking my internet? It seems to be relatively smooth. Oh great, it's buffering even on my screen. Baby Clark back. Oh great, the stream has completely died. I am useless at this. Right at the pit window, as there is all P1R boys coming into the chat. Here they come out, JJ Hawley and Addy right in the field, as there is Tom Fear and Franz K88 getting dropped a bit. He's going to go past the first two pairs of the ZFS drivers, Dan and Speed Ace. 1080p and ultra low latency might be the issue, Kruentis. Do I try? Isn't that bad, just a bit laggy. The mic is good at least. Let's go. I fixed something right at the most important part of the race. 1.3 seconds between the lead BFS driver JJ Hawley and Adi Daddy. You can't hear me in Discord. You thought your Wi-Fi died. Wicked. Alright. Let's see if I can nerf the stream down to 720p. If that fixes it a bit. No, I can't nerf it midstream. Wicked. Alright, we're stuck at this. Yeah, I don't think streaming in 1080p with wicked latency and stuff was the good idea. We might have to up the latency a bit, even though it's already shit. The 10 seconds. Okay, I guess I'm doing this solo now because we can't handle. If you can't hear me, I might have to do this solo. Of course. No, I can't hear Bailey either. Of course, everything had to go to shit right at the most important part of the race. We are on lap 20 of 29. Can you hear me at least? Can you hear me having a mental breakdown over the fact that all the settings that I played around trying to make the quality better just absolutely nuked the stream? You can hear Bailey coming in and out of Discord voice chat, but I can't hear him, so you can't. Running it in 720p on my end is way better. Yeah, okay, you might all have to just manually change to 720p to fix my McDonald's Wi-Fi device side midstream. Here is the leading pack of P1R boys. Still on 4, separated by 0.2. We go first corner. Wouldn't be a Kruentis stream if at least I managed to sort something out. Alright, if we're not getting Bailey back, I'm gonna just turn off Discord, close that. That should hopefully bring. Oh! Right as I close Discord, we're getting back. Alright.
Wow.
Let's bring Discord back. And we're connected. Let's go. We fixed it.
We're back.
We missed about half the race trying to troubleshoot that. I don't think I'm ever being trusted with a stream again after this. 720p it is throughout.
Doesn't matter. We're back.
Oh, bloody hell, I'm taking a sip of cider for that.
The thing is we've got the most important part. We've got the last 8 laps. It's the laps ahead of us.
Did we all at least catch the driver swap? I mean, we didn't get you through it.
It's going to be an all-out brawl now.
Yeah, the main ones we're going to have to keep our eyes on as the top 4 just are starting to pull away from Addy and Paulie. The gap was around 1.8 at the start of the driver swap.
We've just got really bad.
Yeah, up to 3.7. So the main one we want to be looking at is this gap here between Tom Fear and France and Amsterdam and Speed Ace are these P1R boys who got dropped in that first medium stint going to be able to get past these BFS boys. It's going to be a tricky fight depending on how Dan and Speed Ace can position their car, get away. Tom Fear is going to have a bit of a look up the inside of Amsterdam into turn 1. Is he though? No, he isn't. He's going to have to back out momentarily there. Let's go on board with Tom Fear, see what he can do into the next section, the twisting S's of reverse. My fault, good luck Chief, tapped into that little by little Wi-Fi. Alright, okay, if it's scored, put a little bit less strain on my Wi-Fi. Hopefully we might be up to like 800p or now. Little Savers range. I'm joking about this, like when I go to a union accommodation I know the Wi-Fi is going to be far worse than this. At 23 of 29 as we approach the finishing stages of this race. We missed Amsterdam get absolutely yeeted there. I think he clipped the barrier a bit. Yes, he did, into the Banky boy. That allowed the 2 P1R boys out as I was too focused on my Wi-Fi absolutely killing itself. Come on, where are we? There is Speed Ace getting dropped by Tom Fear and who is it? Well, I'm looking at P9. Battle for P9, that's what we're looking at. There is Speed Ace and Amsterdam down to 9th and 10th. Not quite a P1R whitewash as they've still got 5 and 6 of Paulie almost spazzed. I'm trying to set a lap with people joining the lap. Stream is cooked. Piss off about stream is cooked. We're gonna have to settle with 720p, I think, for the rest of my streams. This is absolutely horrendous, as there is Speed Ace just clipping the wall a bit there. To have a look at that move past Speed Ace in Tom Fear and Kruentis. Go into the run up to P1. That's just what peak performance softs versus me. Slipping past, doesn't have the grip, and they're ahead before they even get to the lifting off zone. Hey, I know the quality of the stream is about the same as the quality of my driving, which is complete and utter shit, but are we at least having fun? I think the only thing that is getting transmitted correctly is my mic. Hear me have the mental breakdown that is coming across as I try to edit what settings I can, make this at least a little bit better for you guys. Your account has absolutely tanked as the stream quality did. If I risk this. Oh great, my internet have died. Stream might completely die. Are we still live? Please say we're still live. I think we're still live. I tried to switch the network to like a booster downstairs, and I think I might have killed the stream. Stream is as cooked as you now. Got 4 wide momentarily between these guys. It's a P1R1 for Addy Daddy and JJ Hawley rounding out the BFS boys. 5th and 6th effectively for these two. Please say we're still alive. Don't think I'm being trusted with the stream again. Booked on my stream. This is asking too much of the McDonald's Wi-Fi. Yes, it is. We might not be live. Chat has stopped completely. I think the stream has committed suicide. I think we may have pushed it a bit too much. My voice may be landing on deaf ears. Someone save the replay, please. I mean, the race has... There we go, we've got some chat. The race has been incredible on my end. And there's been no buffering on my end. Whatever you guys have had to put up with, been a bit better. It's 1 frame per second. Don't change anything else, please. Is it working? Is it working? We've got chat back. Okay, okay, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching a single setting. It's still rolling, thank God. I mean, I said that about 3 minutes ago. The delay is unreal. If someone can put in chat what lap we are on. I know we are watching Aliens. It's live here.